Is it true that what fault we see in others are inside us? No, probably they are not inside the other also. What we see is a projection of what is inside the other person. We try to guess how the other person is by their behavior. And their behavior is not that big indication that there is a fault in the person. You will need to observe that person for a long time to know that person. And because it is a person, it is a changing thing. They keep changing. So the old faults disappear, the new faults come in, or there is some improvement also sometimes. So judgment is always approximate. I'm not saying it is incorrect, no. But what we find in others is approximate, depending on our own judgment, our own evaluation, and the situations there and the behavior of the person under those conditions. That means there are too many variables to see how the other is. So if we see that there is a fault in the other, it is not good to assume that it is a permanent feature of that person. And it is absolutely wrong to say that it is in me. It is not like this. This is a common belief that a thief sees everybody else as a thief. A corrupt person sees everybody else as corrupt. This belief probably comes from this kind of behavior that we see in people. But any intelligent person knows that. And things are more complicated than this simple assumption that I'll see everybody else just like I am. Sometimes it happens, but that happens in really ignorant cases. Like I said, thieves and corrupt people. What about a seeker? Will the seeker say, everybody is seeker? What about the Gyani, knowledgeable person? Will he say, everybody is knowledgeable? Everybody has this knowledge? Never. So we do not project the goodness on others. We do not project the faults on others. It is simply illogical to do that. What is inside us? Do not check other people. Check yourself. That is called self-evaluation. How to do that? How to see what faults or impurities are inside us? Technically, it is called impurity. That is step number 5 of the program, self-evaluation. There are many videos about it. How to check what is wrong in me. Never bother about what is wrong in the other. We are not here to fix other people. We are here to progress. That is why you are a seeker, isn't it? Otherwise, you would become a politician or a social worker or policeman. So, leave others as they are. They are perfect as they are, wherever they are. Focus on what is inside you. That is possible through introspection, by checking what is the constitution of this body-mind. How is this body-mind? Is it good? Is it bad? And there is a technique for that. That is called self-evaluation. We have divided the body-mind into 10 categories. And probably I should not go into that detail right now. You will learn about it in step number 5. Why should we do that? Simply to avoid suffering, just like we were saying. If there are impurities in us, their indicator will be suffering. How to know that there are impurities? Knowledge. Knowledge is the key. How will I know that this is the impurity that is manifesting? Awareness. Without awareness, you won't be able to see anything. That is why purification is after the awareness practice. Once you ignite a little bit of awareness, you will see even the smallest kind of suffering that happens. And then you can pick even the tiniest bit of impurity in this body-mind. Remember, you are pure. You are beyond suffering and happiness. You are the bliss. This is important to know. And then it is your play to remove any faults in this body-mind. Always remember that you are not this body-mind, and forget about the others. Nothing can be done about them. They are responsible for their own purity and impurity. So spirituality is completely about the self. You can say it is self-oriented. We cannot say it is selfish, because by creating this kind of potential, we are actually improving the whole world. Remember, if everybody becomes spiritual, the whole will become spiritual. So one person at a time, progress is happening. There is a beautiful metaphor by some teacher that every flower does its best to bloom and spread the fragrance. This flower is not trying to fix the other flower. You can have another metaphor of fruits. Every fruit is doing its best to become ripe and delicious. One fruit on one branch is not trying to make the other fruit sweet. This is how this nature is. It is already perfect, however, it is operating. And you are that flower. Are you doing your best to bloom in the best possible way? Are you expressing your potential in the best possible way? Your job is done. Now forget about other. We are not going to do anything about them. It is a kind of arrogance to do that. That I'll fix everybody. What about you? So my opinion is to see what faults are inside you without worrying about what is happening to others, what is happening in the world. These things are not in our control. The best thing that is in our control is this body mind right now, this life that we have taken. And the best use of this life, human life, is to progress. Progress happens by walking on a good path. Path of knowledge is a absolutely beautiful path. If you go here systematically, everything will happen perfectly. This is spirituality in short.